Finally, a nice day in Wisconsin. It's not raining, it's not gray outside, the sun is actually out. Might be a little too hot with this windbreaker on. It is 67 degrees. Not sure if this jacket's gonna last all day, but just crazy on what a great day it is. Maybe, you know, those spring, summer days have finally arrived in the Midwest. Today's a big day. It's the eve of the official release date for Fast and Furious. A lot of people have gotten the cabinet already. We've seen some reviews. I have yet to see anyone's review yet. Until I do my review, my cabinet will arrive Monday. Today's Sunday, May 7th, May 8th, the official release date. We're gonna stop at a couple Best Buys. We're gonna see if we can find any in stores, or if these are all just shipping direct at this point. Also, some big sales we've seen this week from everybody. iiRcade, Arcade1up, and some news from AtGames. First, we'll stop into Target, see if there's anything new. Waukesha is known for Fox. This whole strip mall is known for Fox Run. Even the Fox is stoked for warmer temperatures. The air is pumping at Target. I'm glad I am wearing this windbreaker right now. Speaking of air, I did have to replace my air conditioning. $5,000. Can you believe that? $5,000 to get your central air AC unit, you know, at an average size home. If yours goes out, just be prepared for that. It's a lot of money. I have a new Guardians of the Galaxy area here. Just walking past this, we are right by the adult action figures. Just caught this. And this movie should be out really soon. Kind of reasonable here. I mean, we've got $11.99, $10.99. We have some Funko Pops here. Warlock. These are pretty good figures. Rocket Raccoon's probably my favorite, along with Groot. Of course, Groot has to be everyone's favorite. We have a nice tin lunchbox here. More Funkos, Legos. I just saw this on the bottom here. Pretty cool to see. Something different at Target. In 2099. I have this comic. I know there was like a series of them. That's pretty cool. Just right on the, looking at the posters, like this was right in the beginning here. Nothing else really new in the adult action figures. We're right here, we're at the end of this aisle. Check this out, you can see there's a little bit of a space here. Go around the side here. They still have 3 of these grappling guns. I am close to a new billing cycle. I have to wait. This is $32.99. One of the coolest things at Target. Someone's looking out for me here. They got them hidden. We should be safe. I kind of hit the panic button when I couldn't find them, but luckily they kept them in the same spot and they are hidden. Still have some of the Marvel Legends figures here. We have 2 Ghost Riders. I believe there was 2 Ghost Riders here last week. I didn't see this Hulk. We do have Power Man, Doctor Doom, and Spider-Man. I didn't notice the Hulk last week. Little bio of him here on the back. But Target is definitely the place to find these Marvel figures. Target does have a cool Funko Hawkeye with Ant-Man. I actually had to look harder. You can see him right there on the bottom on the arrow here. Just love that comic art in the back. There was also Skrull in an Iron Man suit here. Just love those arts. And here's an update for Arcade1up from AtGames. As of May 5th, Captain Silver, which looks pretty good, Decathlon, Kamikaze Cabbie, Private Eye Super Pool 3. And just a reminder that in the coming weeks here, Night Slashers will be available. So if you don't have an iiRcade, you can play Night Slashers on your AtGames. Still have some of the Batman Flash movie figures here. The Ben Affleck Batbike, the bigger Ben Affleck Batbike, which that art on the back is totally Ben Affleck, just awesome. The Batwing with the Flash for $24.99 and for $39.99 the enormous Batwing that does come with Batman. I think there were 2 of these here last week, so I mean, these are selling. So if you're looking for any of these figures, they do have some of the movies. A couple of them left. Supergirl, Batman, young Barry Allen, the Flash, and the Dark Flash. And again, you can see Michael Keaton's eyes. Right on the corner of Mayfair Road. Across from Mayfair Mall, which is considered the biggest mall in the greater Milwaukee area. And this is pretty much like the staple of Mayfair. The Windows, which was once a great food court. You know, malls have changed, but for the most part, the stores are pretty legit in this mall. It's too nice of a day to spend the day in this mall. Plus we have a lot of Arcade1up to talk about. But we'll stop by here soon. I'd like to check this mall out. Stand in the shade here. The jacket is gone. It's 80 degrees. Finally in t-shirts in Wisconsin. This is a Best Buy across from Mayfair Mall. We're gonna see what titles they have here if Fast and Furious is on the floor. Some Arcade1ups here, and this is something I saw online, and that's what brought us to this Best Buy today, is they did have 2 of the Shack Jams. Now the Best Buy that we usually go to sold their floor model is no longer there, and out of all the Arcade1ups that are in stock, you go online, you know, you're looking at Tron, Golden Tee, Golden Axe, etc. This is the one arcade that I'm still interested in getting, but the price has to come down. I am looking for the $3.99, and all you gotta do is just swap out that monitor and you got one heck of a looking machine. I mean, it's a full size. I'm very interested in the Shack Jam. Around the corner, we do have some of the deluxe cabinets. You have a Mortal Kombat 2 and a Class of 81, and there was recently, but it's still going on, a sale for Class of 81 for $50 off. And it just goes to show you that if you hold out up a little bit, you're gonna catch these on a price break. And you know, there's plenty to go around here. We have 2 more Mortal Kombat 2s over here. You have the kiosk. So this is the same setup that we see at our, I'm gonna call it the home Best Buy, because that's where I'm usually hitting, but they do have the floor model of the Pac-Mania. Not sure what the, look at here, if there's a price. I'm not seeing one on here, but you know, I'm sure this is in the $300 range. Last Friday there was a sale at Best Buy for Simpsons for $2.99. There's been a lot of sales that we've come across, and this was like the final sale out of the 3 cabinets. And just looking at the prices here, this was the price before it went on sale at $6.99, and I wonder if Simpsons is still in stock. Going on the Arcade1up app, May the 4th was $60 off of the Star Wars cabinet, something that we thought would be sold out by now. Eventually one of these cabinets will sell out, and now I'm just leaning towards the Fast and the Furious will be that one that, you know, maybe in a couple of weeks will be really hard to find. And just like we were talking before, $449 direct from Arcade1up for Class of 81. I'm sure Best Buy would price match that. Currently at $4.99 in store. Picking this up at $4.49 is a pretty good deal. And right around the corner, they do have a Pac-Man Deluxe here. Now there is that rumbling that, and I've reached out to a couple of guys and they weren't dealing with with this bent bowing here. So maybe the floor model at the home Best Buy from overplaying, or maybe just assembling wrong, is the reason that was bowing, but we will check that out. But they do have the deluxe. Like, Best Buy is the official retailer for the deluxe cabinets, which is why we came here to look for Fast and Furious. But unfortunately, I am not seeing it here. Just the 3, Class of 81, MK2, and the Pac-Man Deluxe, along with 2 of the Shack Jam. Actually, 3 of the Shack Jam. I found this 3rd one right by the collectibles here, which I wanted to look at before I walked out of here, and it is still at $6.99. Once this comes down, this is completely on my radar. I know you're saying, you know, you put so much into your NBA Jam at home. Just looking at my golden tee on the size of it, I mean, I am just drawn to this cabinet. It's just priced a little bit too high. It's $6.99. The fact that golden tee came down to $3.15, there's gonna be a sale on here, whether it's $4.99 or $3.99. This will drop. Looking at this Predator 2, I know there's a gentleman on YouTube who'd probably be interested in this, who just did a review on a Streets of Rage 2 Predator game. Check out 19K Fox's channel on that video for $20. They do have the Transformer for $85, and again, I'm just not familiar with this lineup. I do like the grids. I mean, it's that total 80s vibe. Zoom in on the logo here. It is pretty cool. Another Predator 2. And this caught my eye. It was Robin. It's funny that, you know, all Best Buys have different lineups than the other ones, and this isn't really like a big store. The Best Buy I usually go to is a lot bigger than this store. It's just where this is geographically. They have a lot of stuff here because of the mall across the street. A lot of good finds here. Some Fast and Furious. Unfortunately, this is the only Fast and Furious that I'm gonna find at Best Buy today. They do have one Dragon Zord here, and we saw this at the home Best Buy. I have not seen any of these other lineups, but Dragon Zord so far, oh, it's Wave 3. That, well, I guess, so Wave 2 and Wave 1, so these have probably already been sold. So Wave 3 on the top here is all we're really gonna come across. Just right down the road from that Best Buy we were just at, so you can see it here in the distance. We're back at Dave & Buster's, which is just down the road from that Best Buy, and we've done a complete circle here. This is where we came right when they made that announcement that Fast and Furious was coming. We saw the leaks. We came here looking for Raw Thrills titles in hopes of getting basically a Cruise and Blast. The whole thing about Eugene Jarvis was he created Cruise and Blast. Will we get this game in the Arcade1up Fast and Furious cabinet? Game we wanted with Fast and Furious. We will all find out soon if this version is really on that cabinet or if we're just getting Tokyo Drift. The game we all want is Cruise and Blast on our Fast and Furious cabinet, just like they have in Dave & Buster's. We will find out if that will be on that cabinet or not. It's so loud in there. The last time we were here, the audio was crazy, so If I'm repeating myself than what I said inside of there, I apologize, but we'll find out. A lot of us, some of us already know what games to expect. There's reviews out there, there's units put together. But in the next week or two, there'll be a lot more of us experiencing the Arcade1up Fast and Furious cabinet. Just the vicinity of where we're at right now. Dave & Buster's is right behind me. When we turn this camera around here, you can see that that is that mall, that Mayfair Mall, across the street from that Best Buy we were at. And this is a very busy area. And you know, in this area, this is where you're gonna find a lot of the good stuff. You know, we saw there were so many Arcade1ups at that Best Buy, just kitty corner around the corner right there. And the Mayfair Mall, like, is gonna have all your premier stores. Like, you know, as trouble at the malls are in, that mall has a lot of stuff, and it's like kind of like your go-to when you're looking for the premier lineups. Made up with Kelly. I didn't force her to come along for this walk and talk. We're gonna have lunch at Potbelly. Here's a look at the menu for Potbelly. Usually get the tuna. I think I'm gonna go roast beef today. It is my cheat day, so we're gonna go all out. What chips you gonna get, Kelly?
It's the cheese curls. You want a cap?
Sure, thanks. Mega compliments on her shirt today. She wanted me to show this off. What does it say on the bottom?
I work hard
so my dog can have a better life. Kelly's got the TKY. What's on the TKY?
Turkey, cheese, and then whatever toppings you want.
The cheese curls, Diet Coke, the big, oh, Dr. Pepper. Got the big roast beef, 11 inches. Hi Bobby, this is my cheat day, so I'm gonna eat junk food today. We talked about this, so Bobby has done a lot for me, along with Console Fanboy. We have a big giveaway coming up soon, and I'll keep everyone posted on that in the coming weeks. But Bobby's also got me on a whole new schedule of eating better and some pointers on my workouts.
I tell you something funny. Ladies roll their eyes at you.
Kelly just told me this woman, right to my side over here, rolled her eyes at me. Put mushrooms on there. And back at our home Best Buy now. We'll see if there's anything new than what we saw last week. Still a chance. We'll see a Fast and Furious. Could it be? Could it be? Still no Fast and Furious. They do have the NFL Blitz for $5.99. An MK2, $4.99. Still a marquee that doesn't work. Anything new on the kiosk here? T2 still sitting at $3.15. It's not showing up online, so, and look, $4.49 on Class of 81. So they are acknowledging that sale that Arcade1up Direct is having. So this is a great time. If you're interested in Class of 81, $4.49. This is a great deal. And I did have some people reach out to me that theirs isn't doing this, so I just wonder if they over tightened right here. If it's just too tight, that just forces that. I mean, you know, someone who doesn't put together as many as we do knows to stop tightening after a certain point, so that must just be the reason why this is bowing. They're just going way too heavy on tightening those screws. They have an open box on a Couchcade. This has been sitting here for a while now. For $152.99, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna spark anybody to pick this up. $152 compared to $449, you can get the full size here, the deluxe. Going around the corner here, there might be a couple more arcades back here. And again, like, than there is for $399, which they did mark this up. This was $315 a couple weeks ago. But to get this full size, I mean, for basically another $150 or so more than what that Couchcade is right around the corner, I mean, this is, in my opinion, is the way to go versus something that's going to be hard to play on your lap. But they do have a couple of MK2 Deluxe here. There's one over on that side, there's two here. You have three Pac-Man Deluxe. Still this random box right here. It's kind of like softening the blow here of a possible Fast and Furious that could have just sat right here or on the end here. Would have been nice to see one in store. Could have went over some specs on the boxes, but I guess we'll just have to wait on our pre-order. And just to acknowledge another sale going on, the Retromania Wrestling iiRcade for $299 plus shipping. I want to say the shipping's around $100. So $400 you're getting this. Now unfortunately, as of recording of this video, it is the 7th. Watching this on Monday, the 8th, the sale will be no more, but there's been a lot of sales this week. And if you did pick this up at $299, which is basically $399 with the shipping, let's say you bought Glenn's Retro Deck, and let's just speculate it's $200-300 tops. It's basically the price of a gold. You can play the Sinden light guns on here. This is an incredible deal for the iiRcade. I hope a lot of people took advantage of this sale. And an update on their collectibles here, we still have Lion-O here at $55. Turtles 3 Leonardo, there are two here, along with that Casey Jones. Actually, this slides up. I never can see how this looks. And that Casey Jones looks just like the figure I remember from those original toy lines. And there's a couple more Dragon Zords here than that Best Buy we were at a little while ago. Fast and Furious again. We did find Fast and Furious today, just not the Arcade1up. And some of the DC Multiverse action figures here, the Jay Garrett, Robin, Deathstroke, and the Joker. So if you've pre-ordered Fast and Furious, this is the one time where pre-orders are actually going to work out. We'll actually get them before official launch date that a store would have them. When I pre-ordered Marvel vs. Capcom 2, people got it before me, and I mean, it just defeats the whole pre-order process. This is the one time it actually works out. So if you pre-ordered, you should be seeing this soon, and we'll find out what this cabinet is all about and how much of that Cruise and Blast there is in there, and if we can tell the difference between Tokyo Drift. Well, it's encouraging that there are still sales going on. You know, if you can control the FOMO, if we can hold off on spending, you know, the full amount, they will drop. We've seen so many sales this week. Simpsons was $299. Through the 14th, Class 81 is still gonna sit at $449, along with Retromania for iiRcade, $299 for this cabinet. I mean, if the iiRcade isn't like triggering you right now, with the fact that they have two now, Sinden Light Gun games, Operation Wolf, Operation Thunderbolt, both great games. I purchased both of them, and what's more to come? More titles, I imagine. More Data East. iiRcade is really, I think this is going to be our light gun cabinet for a long time. And what's the other sale? The Star Wars for $60, which kind of, I can't believe that Star Wars is still there. I can't believe that X-Men, after all this time, is still in stores. And when that drops to $299, if it ever does, I imagine a lot of people will jump on that one. But no Fast and Furious. You know, we can keep going to more Best Buys, but we're not going to find any. Maybe, you know, in a week from now, they'll start popping up in stores after the pre-orders have shipped. If you've pre-ordered, expect that cabinet in the next day or two. If you're thinking about it, check out people's reviews. I'll have a review shortly. A lot of other people have a review, and you know, it'll give you a better understanding of what's all in this cabinet. From what I understand, what I'm looking at right now, this is a great cabinet, and I think it's going to blow a lot of people away. This thing might be like a Ridge Racer on steroids. That's what I'm gonna guess before physically touching one, playing it. From what I've understood so far, this is a Ridge Racer on steroids. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.